Welcome to Innovaticalls. I am Professor Nikki Ishtiaqi from RMIT University and I am so glad you are here. On this channel, we are building a supportive and thoughtful community of student, researcher, and early career professionals who are learning and growing together, not just in academic world, but also in personal growth, emotional awareness, and professional development. If you are someone who wants to build more confidence, improve your mindset, or become a better communicator, you are in exactly the right place. Make sure to subscribe and hit the notification bell so you never miss an episode. And if you find this video helpful, please give it a thumbs up and it helps others discover the channel too. A few weeks ago, a student came to me with a question that really stayed in my mind. She said, Dr. Nikki, I wanted to speak more in class, but I get really nervous. I feel shy, and when I try, I just freeze. What can I do? If you ever felt that way, unsure, nervous, or even afraid to speak in the class, this episode is for you. You're not alone. I work with many bright and thoughtful students who feel exactly the same. And today I want to talk about this openly and share some real practical strategy that can help. Let's begin by clearing up a common misunderstanding. A lot of people believe that if you wanted to speak confidently in class, you have to be an extrovert, someone who is naturally outgoing or loves being the center of attention. But that's not true. Speaking confidently is not something you are either born with or not. It's a skill, just like writing essay, solving maths problem, or learning a new language. It's something you can develop through a small regular practice. Let me walk you through a situation you might recognize. You are sitting in a class, the professor asks an open question like, what do you think is the main point of this article? You actually have an idea, you have done the reading, but before you raise your hand, your thoughts start spinning. You worry. What if I am wrong? What if other students judge me? What if I can't say clearly? The inner voice, the one that fills you with doubt and fear, is something many students face. It's normal, but it doesn't have to stop you. One of the best ways to move past that fear is by starting small. You don't need to give a long, perfect answer. Try something just one sentence, like, I think the article is exploring how power can affect the trust, but I am still thinking about it. That's more than enough. You have shared your thought, you have taken part, and that's how confidence begins. Not with big, perfect speech, but with a small, honest moment of participation. There are also something I like to call a pre-talk reset. This is a small mental and physical reset you do just before speaking, because usually the fear starts in those few seconds before you talk. Your heart speeds up, your hands might shake, and your brain tries to convince you to stay silent. And that moment, pause, take a deep breath through your nose, count slowly to 5 in your mind, say something kind and simple to yourself like, this is just practice. I don't have to be perfect. Then focus on just one clear thought you want to share. This calming pause helps your body and mind understand that this is not a dangerous moment. It's like a learning opportunity. The more you do this, the easier it gets. Over the time, this becomes a self-regulation skill that you can use it in many situations, not just in class, but in meetings, presentation, and in job interviews too. Now, you might be thinking, but even that feels too hard, and that's okay. If speaking in front of the whole class feels like too big, step right now. Start somewhere smaller and more comfortable. For example, You could go to your professor office hours and ask a simple question, or you could share your thought in a small study group with classmates. You could even write a comment in your online course forum or a discussion board. These small low pressure situations still give you a chance to practice your voice and grow your confidence in a safe, manageable step. I have seen this growth happen many times. One of my students, for instance, was completely silent in the class during her first semester. She felt shy, unsure, and worried about saying the wrong things. So she gave herself a gentle challenge to ask just one question each week during tutorial. That was it. After a while, she became more comfortable. She started contributing to group presentation. A few months later, she even volunteered to introduce a guest speaker at academic event. None of this happened overnight. It happened one step at a time because she gave herself permission to try. So, if you have been holding back or waiting until you feel ready, I wanted to tell you something important. You don't need to be the loudest person in the room. You don't need to wait until you feel 100% confident to begin using your voice. What really matters is showing up and taking a small, brave step toward growth, even when you feel nervous. Let me gently ask you, what's one small thing you could try this week? Could you share just one idea in your next tutorial, even if it is not perfectly worded? Could you ask your professor a question after class, even just to clarify something small? Or maybe you could practice saying your idea out loud to yourself before the lecture, just to hear your own voice and get used to it. If you are willing, I would love for you to share your answer in the comments. What are you planning to try this week? Or if you have already been on this journey and used to feel the same way, maybe you could share what helped you most. Your story might encourage someone else who is still feeling unsure. And if you haven't subscribed yet, please do. At Innovaticalls, we share regular videos on emotional intelligence, communication, and practical confidence building, all designed especially for a student, researcher, and early career professional who want to thrive not just in academics, but in life. I am Professor Nike Eshtiaqi, and I wanted you to know your voice matters. It always has, and even when it shakes. Thank you so much for being here, and I will see you in the next episode.